No more dealing with cold calls that feel like a dead end, all right? We are here to save your calls. Our 9-step guide is all you need to become the real estate agent who confidently closes deals on the phone. Step number 1, figure out your audience. It's obvious, you cannot blindly call just anybody and provide your service. It's important to know exactly who you're talking to before the call even begins. Whether it's a first-time home buyer, investor, FSBO, expired property owner, you name it. You gotta know who they are going into the conversation. This helps you pitch and be prepared to position your offer to what they want. And that's not all. You really have to know those people and their situation, what they want, what they need, their pain points, their desires before getting on the phone with them. And that is how you're going to capture their attention and make sure this pitch fits like a glove. Step number 2, solving their problems. So remember, we're calling with a purpose, and that purpose is to become that prospect's solution superhero. Listen closely to what they need. Are they looking to buy their first home or maybe invest wisely? Notice what sparks their interest and make sure they know that you have got the answers. You are their genie that has a solution which fills all their wishes. Step number 3, creating a great offer. Copywriting is your secret weapon. You have to choose your words carefully on the phone and make sure they all click. See, cold calls are not about pushing stuff. It's about reeling that person in. Craft an offer for that specific person that fits like a glove and address their pain points. And if you do it properly, suddenly you're not a bother. You are that person that they've been waiting for. Now, about the words, no need to get fancy. Just be you, because it's you who's becoming their friend and you're just sharing what you've got. That is the definition of a great offer. Step number 4, your cold calling script. Now, why do you need a script, right? It's not like you don't know the details of real estate or know how to convince people, but no, having a script isn't about that. You need a script so you don't stumble over your words. It's all about sounding confident and fluid. To write your script, you should start by writing out the key points that you need to hit on the call. This includes your introduction, your value proposition, objection handling, and of course, your closing statement. Step number 5, objection handling. This is by far the most important step to any script, and it's exactly what separates the mediocre closers from the great ones. What if that prospect tells you that they're not ready to buy or sell a home at the moment? What then? Do you just say goodbye and hang up? No. Ask them what's keeping them from moving sooner. That's why you're there in the first place. So when you're writing your script, make a list of those common objections you're likely to get hit with, and then every time you get hit with a new objection, add it to your script. After that, create concise responses to how you're gonna handle the objections. Now, here's a secret tip for you. Practice those responses in the mirror. Yeah, it sounds absurd, I know, but believe me, it'll give you the confidence you need to handle the objection smoothly and continue the conversation. Step number 6, give the upper hand. Everyone has their own rights and status, but when you're conversating with a potential client, you want to give them a little advantage. Not because you're subservient to anyone, but because it's the right thing to do for them and for you. When you give your prospect the upper hand on the phone, you set them up for cooperation. They'll become more open to your suggestions, and that's exactly what you need on the call. Step number 7, reverse psychology. Now, I'm gonna tell you a mind-blowing tip that will turn the tables in your favor right from the start. Ready for this? Well, it's called reverse psychology. Let me give you an example of how it's done right. Instead of saying, you should really consider selling your home with us, say something like, well, maybe you're not quite ready to take advantage of the market just yet. Instead of pushing, you're actually pulling away just a little bit. What happens? Well, they pause, they think, and then boom. They're like, wait, why not? It gets them a little curious, but don't worry, you're not tricking them. It's more like giving them space. Space to think, to choose. And more often than not, they'll walk right into the choice that you'd hope they'd make in the first place. Step 8, ABC, always be closing. Now, while you're helping that prospect on the phone, do not forget the bigger picture. You have to gently and subtly guide the conversation towards the next step. Whether it's setting up a buyer's consultation, a home evaluation, or just a follow-up call. Never, ever leave the call without defining an action to move forward, the next steps. It's not being pushy. It's just ensuring your prospect gets exactly what they need and what you need of them. With ABC in mind, you're forming a stairway that ends with a satisfied client and a closed deal. Step number 9, probably the most important, hire an expert inside sales agent to do this whole process for you. Now, once you've gone through these steps, you've honed your craft, maybe got a sale or 2 under your belt, it's time to start using leverage. And that is how you're going to grow your real estate business fast. Did you know that you can hire an expert inside sales agent to call your leads and schedule listing appointments for you for only $5 an hour? It's true. An agent that I work with in Oklahoma City named Brian Jameson hired an ISA from me and my company, Evolved Agents, and he's closing an extra 4 deals every single week. All that he has to do is meet the clients who his ISA basically pre-sold for him. How cool is that? Now ask yourself this, are you currently generating 5 to 10 leads a day through your old school marketing techniques? If not, then give this simple method a shot and see the results for yourself. And if you want to learn more secret methods about how to close 4 extra homes a week, then check out the rest of my content.